Welcome to Sunshine Cathedral's Queer God Squad. It's Wednesday, November 4th, 2025. I am Bishop Darrell Watkins, the Senior Minister of the Sunshine Cathedral. With me today are Bishop Robert Griffin, Reverend Dr. Ann Atwell, and Reverend Kevin Tisdall. We are the Queer God Squad. Visit sunshinecathedral.org to learn more about us.
Queer God Squad was created by Hotspots Happening Out to support our mission to explore the value of faith in the LGBTQ community. There is no streaming TV show like this in the entire world.
In 2025, we are celebrating the 40th anniversary of Hotspots magazine, with Queer News Tonight sharing over 11,000 stories and 11 million views so far.
We are the largest nonprofit LGBTQ media organization in America, and we encourage you to support our mission to inform, entertain, and educate our community and allies.
This is the Sunshine Cathedral perspective. Four-time married Kim Davis is still attacking marriage equality. Will SCOTUS hear her case? The case of former Kentucky County Clerk Kim Davis represents a high-profile collision between religious liberty claims and the constitutional right to marriage equality. Following the 2015 Obergefell v. Hodges Supreme Court ruling, Davis, a Pentecostal, refused to issue marriage licenses to same-sex couples, citing her religious objections. This refusal led to a highly publicized legal battle where Davis was briefly jailed for contempt of court after defying a federal judge's order. The controversy surrounding Davis was amplified by the fact that she herself had been married multiple times, 4 to be exact, leading critics to highlight a perceived hypocrisy in her strict interpretation of marriage's sanctity applied only to same-sex couples. Her legal fight has since shifted from her official capacity to her personal liability for damages awarded to the couples she denied. The Supreme Court is now set to consider her latest petition, Davis v. Ermold, in a private conference on November 7th. While the immediate issue concerns whether Davis is personally liable for her actions as a state official, her attorneys have overtly asked the court to use the case as an opportunity to overturn Obergefell. Legal experts viewed the chance of the court granting review and upending the marriage equality precedent as highly unlikely, but the very consideration of the petition by the court's conservative majority ensures the continued public debate over the balance between individual religious conscience and the government's duty to uphold the rights of all citizens. Quit it. I mean, for real. The Southern Baptist Church was founded on not only the defense of chattel slavery, but they actually called it something good. They said that it's something God wanted. And that's how the Southern Baptist Church was born. That, going backwards and forwards, has always been, but that's our choice because religion, my religion says I can go capture somebody and make them work for me for free. And I can get rich off of it and never have to share that wealth with anybody who got it for me. Because God said. Well, that God is evil, or that person who says God is saying that is evil or crazy or mendacious. You just can't say, I can take away your rights because my religion says so. So I don't care what her religious conviction is. She can believe everything in the world she wants to believe. But that doesn't get to be legislated over against everyone else's beliefs. Mm-hmm. I believe that all people are deep down innately good, even her, although she's buried her good, way down in the rock, deep, but yeah. It's there. God can see it. I'm not even trying, but God can see it. But no, that I believe people are basically innately good. I believe we all have inalienable rights, among them the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And pursuit of happiness includes the legal right to be with the person you love, raise the family of your choice with that person, live your life with that person, care for and be cared for by that person at the end. That's part of a happy life for a lot of people, and we have a right to it. So I'm tired of the debate. I'm sick of the debate. I'm sick of having my humanity being voted on in elections, or voted on by the Congress, or decided by courts. This is supposedly settled, as was bodily autonomy for women.
Yeah.
But, so when the court says, when legal experts say, oh, this is unlikely because of this and this and this, and it would upset too much, and it's not really on the docket, and blah, 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 I don't believe you anymore.
Right.
No.
Because the three people that made the reversal of a woman's right to choose possible swore on God, the Bible, the Quran, the Course in Miracles, and Grimm's fairy tales that that was settled law and they had no interest in changing it. So these lying MFs, I don't care what you say, that it's even up for a discussion, even in a private little meeting, even one time, is horrific. And I can't stand it. And I especially can't stand it from a woman who has the right to marry every other Thursday, apparently. So, no. My marriage of 25 years and going, my marriage that brings a lot of happiness and joy in my life, you don't get to be the decision maker. So, and that we're here in America, where rights that have been granted are up for removal, while we have this false economy built on huge debt. While we have this military expansion all over the world, these are all signs of impending collapse. And so my only hope in this is that it's just getting uglier and uglier, that it can't be sustained. It's all going to come crashing to the end. And maybe from those ashes, we can build something we can be proud of again. Mm-hmm. But in the meantime, fight like hell.
Yes.
Because they are coming for your rights. They've already taken some of them. They've already said you can't talk about your gay family at school. They've already said that drag queens can't even perform for anyone who isn't a legal adult, who's not of a draft age. They've already said that that discrimination in the military against trans people is okay. They've already said. How many times do they have to say something before you say, oh, this next threat, maybe we should take seriously? They're already saying you can't, in government offices, have a rainbow flag. So if they say, well, maybe we should look at marriage equality again, you better take it seriously. Because when they promise good things, yeah, they don't often fall through. But when they promise crappy things, their heart's set on that.
So there.
What he said.
The whole conversation really drives me crazy.
Yeah.
You two have been together for a quarter of a century. My husband and I will be celebrating 37 years together in December, as wild as that is. And this woman can't keep a man to save her life, but they're going to use her platform in order to...
You must be at 18, 19, 20 by now.
Yeah.
20 years.
20
So
years.
20 years. So look at this table. They're going to use this woman to try to come in and take the legality away from us. I mean, whatever happens, I'm still with my man until the day I die.
Yes.
But the conversation that I have way too often still is, why is it so important that you are able to legally marry? And then I have to go into the legality of it.
Yeah.
When we bought our first house, we had to make sure in writing that the survivor was going to get the house. If you're married, it's a given that your spouse is going to get the house. So there are things that legality gives us that the world doesn't. So while I will be in love and married for as long as I take breath, I still want the ability to say, this man, should anything happen to me, gets everything that I have.
Yeah, the grief shouldn't be
Right.
aggravated by legal BS. Like, you're already miserable and sad and devastated. It's going to take you probably a year to even try to get your life back together. And I got to fight somebody's family, and I got to fight the courts. It's just not right. It's just not fair. And because I'm an American citizen and I have rights, if anybody else has the right, everyone should have that right. So yeah, you got to marry the person of your choice. I get to too. And then they always say something ridiculous. Well, what if you want to marry your puppy? Well, I don't see anyone else marrying their puppy. So that's not even a right I'm thinking about. I'm talking about rights people have. I'm not going to marry a rock. Although if somebody else does, maybe I'll think about it. I've seen some cute rocks, but no, of course not. But that's how silly it gets.
It really does.
That's how
Yeah.
ridiculous
Yeah.
it gets. If it's right, it's right for everybody. And if it's already a right we have, you don't get to take it away. And the person who's charging for marriage equality doesn't get to be the Zsa Zsa Gabor of Pentecostalism. And we're not even trying to get involved in the religion while you're kissing your snakes and mumbling words that aren't even real words and dancing around and letting your hair grow to the floor. You can do all that, and you can take a break just long enough to say, God hates fags. Do it. That's your business. That's your church. That should not ever enter anybody's legislative chamber.
Absolutely.
Amen.
Yep.
I didn't like her then, and I don't like her now.
Yep.
I didn't like what she stood for then. I like what she stands for now. And those who are jumping on her bandwagon, or this case bandwagon, it's very telling where people stand when these kinds of issues comes up.
Yeah.
I'm going to go a step further. It's very telling in our own queer gay community
Cello.
where people stand on this issue
Yep.
Cello.
as it is coming up. And I'm just fascinated by, we've long stopped. It was never a gay marriage. It was always marriage equality. It was about the right to marry and all the things you mentioned. But I'm just fascinated by, as I listen, we know about her, we know about this case, we know about the couple that's coming up against. What side of history do you really want to be on?
Yeah.
This is not the side of history I want to be on, that I stop loving people from being able to be married. That's not a loving thing. That is oppressive. This is once again an example of how oppressive governments work and how oppressive religion can work. The Bible and government are two different things.
Yay.
This is the United States of America, not legislated by the Bible, but legislated by the Constitution, or what's left of it,
Right.
and by those who interpret the rights of the Constitution. And those who are looking at this, or will be looking at this, or will be having a private conversation about this, would you like us having a private conversation about your marriage
I'm saying.
and your life
Yep.
and who you have a right to love and not love?
Right.
Just think about that for just a moment, because that's what it kind of boils down to.
And they think that's so far-fetched, but the same thing could come around where divorcees can't remarry,
Yeah.
or
be on the Supreme Court.
be on the Supreme Court, or that come back to biracial marriage could be forbidden, or maybe people over 70 fell in love at 71. Sorry about you.
Yeah.
We don't let people over 70 get married. So
Yeah.
it could be you, and it shouldn't have to be you to care about
Right.
other people, by the way.
Yeah, there
But
you go.
anyway, if they'll do it to this one, they'll do it to another one. And if they'll do it to another one, they'll do it to another one. And eventually it might get to you. If you just want to think selfishly about it. But if you want to be a good person, why would you want anyone to suffer needlessly? Because somebody said, their God said, if somebody told you that Vishnu told them that something had to be a certain way, and so the country should, you would tell them they were wrong. You would tell them they were crazy. You would tell them you don't do what their God says. Hello.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yep.
And that's today with the Queer God Squad.
Before we go, I want to invite you to check out our Performing Arts series. Sunshine Cathedral Center for the Performing Arts has a great acts lined up for 2025 through 2026 season. Here is a taste of what's coming up.
December 7th brings Matthew Darren's annual Holiday Fantasia, always amazing, and this year it will again be co-hosted by Varla Jean Merman.
And in 2026, there is already some great shows lined up, such as Selection from Pearly, a musical based on a play, Pearly Victorious by Ossie Davis on February the 7th. For more information about these shows and others, and to secure your tickets, go to sunshinecathedral.org/arts.
Please like and share this episode on your social media, and look for Sunshine Cathedral on Facebook or Instagram.
You can also like our individual pages on Facebook. Remember to visit sunshinecathedral.org frequently. There you will find Bishop Talk, where Bishop Durrell and I interview queer religious leaders, activists, and scholars.
Thank you for joining the Queer God Squad today. We are here daily at 3 p.m. to have some fun and to discuss what our LGBTQ community is talking about.
Sunshine Cathedral is the world's leading progressive queer church. Progressive, queer, and God are words that naturally should go together. Remember that we are all in this together, and also remember, you are God's miracle, not God's mistake. Until next time, we are the Queer God Squad.